Hello, Little Mouse, Chapter 3. A Miraculous Ladybug Fanfiction written and narrated by Mira Rose. Artwork by CandyFluffs on Instagram. You can find a link to CandyFluffs' Instagram and her super cute store in the description box below. If you haven't listened to the previous two parts of the story, you can also find links to those in the description box. Go check them out first so you're not confused. If we're still listening, don't forget to not only like this video and subscribe to the channel, but also hit the bell for notifications and leave a comment to help the YouTube algorithm. If you don't know what to comment, put awkward. You can spell it whatever way you want. That's okay. Now then, please enjoy Hello, Little Mouse, Chapter 3. Adrien Agreste in his bedroom. "Hey, little mouse," Adrien called out, sticking his head out of the bathroom with a towel clutched to his chest. Curse this bedroom setup in the distance between the bathroom and the walk-in closet. "MultiMouse?" He tried again. His call echoed across the room. Did she leave? Strange. Marinette seemed more polite than going without a word. Well, he could worry about that once he got a shirt on. He debated the risk of making a mad dash for his closet, but if she were here, that would be just as embarrassing as walking with a towel for modesty, if not more. Taking a sharp breath, Adrien padded from his bathroom to his closet, trying his best to not look around. His worries were for naught. Once he got a fresh shirt and an extra swipe of deodorant on, Adrien confirmed that it was just him and Plague in the bedroom. Great. He'd have to clear this up with her, but he wasn't sure how he could do that. Still unable to find a solution, a new day came and Adrien found himself at the front steps of his school. Unfortunately for his anxiety, Marinette wasn't out front to greet him like she normally was. Oh, Camembert. Between himself and Plague, they'd really screwed this up. He'd made sure to greet Nino and Alia, of course, but he couldn't tell if he wanted to hurry up and get to the classroom or to let each step take as long as possible. Neither one proved to be the best option, as he all but collided with his source of anxiety as she came out of the bathroom. "Adrien!" she squeaked, bumping into the wall beside them to avoid his body. The body she saw shirtless the night before. "No! Don't think about it, Agreste! Chin up!" "Marinette," he said, his smile tight as his eyebrows raised themselves without consulting his consciousness first. He covered the pocket Plague called Cheese Desert while he was at school, as though the Kwame would pop out and introduce himself for some reason. "Adrien," Marinette repeated. "Heading to class?" "No." She slapped a hand over her mouth. Yes," she said, casually splitting the fingers of her censoring hand across her lips and nose. "Cool." Adrien wasn't comfortable enough to offer to walk up with her. "Well then, excuse me." He brushed past her and walked into the bathroom, hoping his side of the interaction seemed normal. It was, right? He wasn't an awkward pancake, right? "Slick," Plague said, flying out as soon as they were out of sight. "It's not like you could have done better." "Of course I would have. I would have asked her if she picked up any more cheese." Adrien sighed, looking at himself in the mirror. How was he supposed to get through today? He should have taken her aside when he had the chance and cleared things up, or at least figured out where they stood together. It was fairly obvious something changed between them, because now that she knew he was Cat Noir, she also knew he knew she was MultiMouse. There's no squeaking past that little detail. No, their relationship changed, but he was determined to make it for the better. "Meet me after class," he typed in his phone, looking it over before deleting it. No, he couldn't send something like that. He needed to ask in person, otherwise it'd create too much anxiety. Marinette was too precious a friend to him. Adrien couldn't do that to her. He wouldn't do that to her, even if it wasn't as convenient for himself. Putting one step in front of the other while stuffing Plag back into the cheese pocket, Adrien dropped off his things in his locker and trudged upstairs. He heard his conscience, hoping she wouldn't be there when he walked in, but shooed the thought away. No, none of that now. He couldn't get rid of anxiety, but he could beat it back with a stick while getting stuff done. "Hey," he said, speaking out before Marinette could turn away from their brief eye contact when he walked in. Adrien slid into his desk and started talking as he pulled out his notebook. "What do you say me and you swing by the cheese store on the way home?" He looked up as he spoke the last few words to see her staring wide-eyed. "You want to go to the cheese store?" Nino began. "I mean, didn't we just—" "You mean Marinette, right?" Alia said, cutting Nino off as she clawed her nails into his shoulder. "We already have plans. Sorry about that." "That's perfect, actually. I was hoping to make time just for the two of us." Adrien flicked his eyes from Alia to Marinette, hoping to emphasize the unspoken message. She'd understand, right? "After school?" Marinette swallowed. "Today?" "Yeah, you said you're free, right?" Alia chimed in. Adrien chose to not respond, giving Marinette an out if she needed one, but he didn't tear his eyes away from hers. He couldn't. Even though they were friends and he wanted the best for her, he still needed to deal with someone, superhero or not, finding out his secret identity. Yeah, sure, totally." "Great. Besides, I feel like I owe you another Starbucks after that mishap." She froze at his words and, while it wasn't meant to give her anxiety, it told her something she should have already known. He, Cat Noir, knew she, Marinette, was MultiMouse. He felt the weight of Alia's raised eyebrow, but shot a smile at the girls and turned to the front as their teacher walked in. Was he shaking from the interaction? Yes, but thankfully today's pair of jeans were loose enough to hide the tremors circulating across his body. Sighing to release the weight of the exchange, Adrien threw his concentration into his classes, knowing full well this afternoon would change the trajectory of one of his best friendships. He, the cat, would have to talk to the little mouse one-on-one, and time would tell if it was for the better. Thank you so much for listening. Chapter 4 is on its way. In the meantime, you can check out other videos on this channel for more fanfiction, including this one. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, but also leave a comment to help the YouTube algorithm. If you don't know what to comment, put cat and mouse. I will catch you in the next one. Bye!